So I was around YouTube and saw these series of videos called Pony Spotlight. Obviously I can't use the same name for mine, so now I'm calling it Center Stage. Deal with it. Onwards, Center Stage, Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash represents the element of loyalty, but like I said before, I don't know that any of these elements are at all accurate, but let's assume she is for the moment. She is also in charge of the weather in Ponyville, which is impressive. I haven't seen any other ponies responsible for Ponyville's weather conditions, so I assume that when it comes to clearing clouds at least, Rainbow Dash is all that's needed. Over the course of the seasons, Rainbow Dash is one pony that has matured a great deal, and may eclipse Twilight in terms of character development prior to the events of Magical Mystery Cure. Her many faults and shortcomings have been explored satisfactorily throughout Season 1 and 2 and culminates in Mysterious Mare Duel. Personally, I don't like that episode too much, both because of the fact that the plot didn't interest me personally, and I felt by that point Rainbow Dash had matured past such a large ego. However, Mare Duel's importance to the character of Rainbow Dash is undeniable. The lesson of humility and temperance directly lead her to her outstanding performance in Wonderbolt Academy, one of my personal favorite episodes. It is in Mare Duel that the lesson of humility really sinks in. And although it took the rest of the main six for her to learn it, I think it is the zenith of internal struggle and change within Rainbow Dash. Egotism is one of Dashy's main traits up until this point, and learning humility to turn egotism back a notch is a soul-shattering change. In Wonderbolt Academy, and presumably episodes in Season 4 onwards, Rainbow Dash will be a very different character thematically than what she was before. She has graduated fully from the fairy-like illusion that her life is like an action movie. The scene with Spitfire is the tipping point, so to speak, of her lessons. After this scene, she is fully ready to assume the mantle element of loyalty. In fact, it is only after this scene that I feel Dash really embodies the spirit of loyalty. She has shown this side of herself once before in the series pilot when meeting the Shadowbolts. A curious thing about the Shadowbolts, this interaction between Dash and the Shadowbolts is the only scene I felt truly made a main six-member worthy of her element. The others had a kind of shaky ground with the realization of their element, but Dash outshines everyone else here. There was something going on here that I don't think we had the time to fully process at the time of the pilot, and we had much less of an emotional connection to Dash. Dash wants to be a part of the Wonderbolts, that much is clear, but her reasons for wanting to join them were never clearly defined. She admires the Wonderbolts as the finest flyers in Equestria, and has fangirled about them in her youth, much as Scootaloo does with herself. So, does her desire to join them come from the admiration of specific ponies on the team? Soren, Spitfire, and so on? Or does it come from the label of the Wonderbolts, the idolization of the tag name, much like Tower Records to have an analogy in our reality? Or is it the drive to be the best? I'm sure her drive is some combination of these motivations, but at her very core, what is it? I'd like to think it's a simple drive to be the best, and this theory is furthered by her enormous competitive spirit. In fact, it is only after she proves herself in racing that she receives her cutie mark. Moving from Dashy's motivations and dreams, I'd like to explore her influence in equestrian history. As the only Pegasus pony that can perform a sonic rain boom, this must at least give her some cultural importance and celebrity status. It's curious as to why she isn't a celebrity as she is, especially with her exploits being catalogued in murals in the throne room at Canterlot, but that could just be a problem of exposure. Her ability to perform the sonic rain boom, among other things, have some consequences besides the fact that the rain boom is flipping awesome. There's been talks that even if her sole talent was the ability to perform this trick, it would be enough to be a part of the Wonderbolts. This question had left me baffled for a long time, and I think I've finally stumbled upon a headcanon that I'm comfortable with. The Wonderbolts, being partly inspired by the Blue Angels and at least some part in an athletics team, isn't something Rainbow Dash, or anyone, should try to join half-heartedly. We've already seen Rainbow Dash devote a large portion of her time to training and practicing her many tricks and maneuvers. In Wonderbolt Academy, we see Rainbow Dash take her first extended leave for her career on camera. And while Pinky's reaction is an exaggeration, I don't think it's that far off from what Dash would think the rest of her friends would feel had she gone all the way and talked about joining full-time with the Wonderbolts. I think that Dash, being the element of loyalty as she is struggling to find the balance between her future and her time in the present. On one hand, Dash is looked to as the object of hope and opportunity by many ponies, and pursuing her dream with the Wonderbolts is something Dash is fervently driven to do. On the other hoof, Dash values her time with her friends, and limiting that time even more so would be a terrible blow to her connection with the other main six. If Dash is ever to be a fully self-actualized character, she would have to find a way to resolve this conflict. She could mature enough to understand that her friends would stay her friends no matter what, and pursue her goals of becoming a Wonderbolt more aggressively. Or she could instead decide that her time with her friends is important enough to her to either forgo that goal entirely, or put it on the back burner. Rainbow Dash is a character that explores the prospect of life decisions, and the limited amount of time, energy, and focus one has in their life. Of course, this is just my personal headcanon, and when and if they resolve this conflict in Season 4 will confirm or debunk this headcanon for me. However, I think it's a valuable lesson to learn, both for the target youth and for me personally, as my life decisions are also hung on this type of quandary. Thanks for watching!